Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I actually wanted to share with you some interesting and exciting news. Probably you haven't heard of it. But Cloud Imperium Games, earlier this week, and the game STAR-HZFW recently passed the crowdfunding goal of $300 million. I'll put up on the screen at the moment where it sits at that time. That was earlier this week. That's $300 million with only 2,711,093 backers. And that brings me to the point of this video in its entirety. I did the maths, and it wasn't difficult, I promise. You can do it too. I found out that on average, that means that every citizen is paying £110 or $110 for the game STAR-HZFW. And that brings me to the question, is STAR-HZFW worth $110? Now, obviously there's a lot of ways to define worth, and I think we're going to have to set a few rules. For this argument, I'm going to say that the best comparison will be obviously Elite Dangerous, and the fact that the game is in alpha, I think should be ignored slightly, for the same fact that Elite Dangerous is technically also still releasing new updates and game-changing content, and could be considered to still be a test phase game. It is complete, of course, I understand that, a lot more than STAR-HZFW is, but there are still dreams that they've got and things they want to add. So I think in total, when we look at the two, that's what our ground basis will be for today's discussion. By now, if you haven't already seen it, Elite Dangerous team released a trailer. Now this expansion, the Odyssey expansion, is their effort and temptation into the first-person aspect of space simulation, and it's something that STAR-HZFW started out with from the very beginning. This is just a small thing I want to add, because it's important to note what that entails for Elite Dangerous and STAR-HZFW also. I'm hoping it pushes Cloud Imperium Games to start developing on their content more, because the more competition they have with Elite Dangerous, hopefully the faster they'll get to work finishing this game. I don't have anything against Elite Dangerous. I have played it myself, but there are reasons I don't play it, and some of the reasons I'll get into right now. What you're looking at on screen in the background is just some footage I've captured over the past couple days, some pretty shots, some places I've been to, and what you would have seen previously is my attempt at infiltrating and hijacking a ship belonging to the Hurston Military Space Force, or Hurston Police, whatever you want to call them. Hurston Dynamics, whatever. I went to hijack that ship because I wanted to. That's something you can't do in Elite Dangerous right now. In the future, however, maybe you can. This action, sadly, however, had the consequence of sending me to prison to serve my time as a criminal and get out using the tools provided. At the moment, in 3.9, it's just the mining tool. Hopefully, with 3.10, however, there'll be some other jobs to do. My point is that the games are different in how they let you do things, and there are some things in STAR-HZFW that kept me playing that game rather than Elite Dangerous. Now, of course, a big contributor to Elite Dangerous' success is the fact that it only costs $19.99 right now on Steam. That's like $22. That's extremely cheap and affordable when we compare it to our statement earlier that on average, STAR-HZFW costs $110. Just an example. Obviously, the majority of backers aren't paying $110. Some of them are probably paying a lot more. I know for a fact myself, I've put in quite a lot into STAR-HZFW, and you could say that I have a bias. Now, I do try my best to be as unbiased as possible in any discussion or argument that I have when I'm presenting an idea, and that's why I'm trying to back today's discussion up with actual conversation. $110 is a lot of money when you compare it to Elite Dangerous. That's not to say that Elite Dangerous can't be expensive, though. There are special editions of Elite Dangerous. Right now, there's a special edition of Elite Dangerous that costs £90. Now, am I going to buy it? No. But has someone else purchased it? Yes. So, let's quickly just say that it doesn't matter how much you've spent. It's all about what the average player should spend. And this all pretty much goes without even talking about the cost of the new Odyssey expansion, because that hasn't been announced yet, which of course will bring the average cost of Elite Dangerous up. Obviously, I don't think it'll be within the same lines of Star Citizen, but I'm just saying that there are still things to be added and costs still to be included for the full experience. I am only going to talk about my experience with Elite Dangerous, comparing that to Star Citizen. So, is Star Citizen worth $110? Right now on the screen, you're watching a beautiful scenario, a piece of art, may I say, where I'm just defending my right to escape prison. This scum, a thief of thieves, I don't know what to say, he's the worst of the worst, basically, tried to steal my rocks, my precious rocks. And I couldn't let that go. I ended up chasing this man for a good 20 minutes. This footage is cut down drastically from the full length just to try and cut in as much as possible of the actual events that took place. And as you can see, I kicked his ass. It took a long time for him to give up and surrender to my overpowering might and will as the better bad guy? Question mark? But these moments are only possible in this game. And there's other moments like when I'm playing big operational org events and I'm flying from space to the atmosphere, getting out of my ship on the ground and on my boots, and I'm invading a building or an objective. These things are only possible in Star Citizen at the moment. They are not possible anywhere else. You could say that Elite Dangerous offers an alternative to this, and I think that's true. They do offer things that you can't do in Star Citizen right now. I'm not saying that they don't, but what I'm saying is that experience that I'm feeling worth $110 to me? It's no joke that when we look at this as a global situation, the price of games is going up, and I don't think that's a bad thing. Games have always been underpriced in terms of other entertainment media, and games bring in more money to the entertainment industry than any other type of media. Games like Star Citizen, and I also agree Elite Dangerous, are trying to push boundaries of what is known for the limits of gaming. And I think that is worth $110, even if that's not the actual price of admission. Star Citizen to me is a love letter to what gaming can be and to what gaming will be in the future. I do not want it to be misunderstood. There are definitely problems with the game. There are definitely tactics and predatory methods of obtaining money that I don't agree with that Cloud Imperium practice in, and there are issues that make this game unplayable sometimes. Fleet Week, for example, was a disaster, but there are elements to this game that just tug at my heartstrings. The footage on screen is all beautiful, the game, the sounds are all magnificent, and it's just unlike anything else out there. And if you are thinking about picking it up anytime soon, I sure as heck can recommend it now. I did make a video in the past talking about my recommendations for Star Citizen, and I did advise not to get it. However, with 3.10 just around the horizon and 3.9 coming to an end, I think this game is in one of the best states it's ever been to pick up and play right now. Now I'm sure some of you are wondering, where's all the action at? Well, you can actually catch that live on Twitch, twitch.tv/StewMeister. It's about the exact same way this YouTube channel is. And I do want to say thank you guys all so very much. My last video got so many views, it got a lot of attention, a lot of traction, a lot of new subscribers, and more importantly, a lot of comments, a lot of interaction between myself and you guys. Now this video I know isn't the same line as that, but do expect more of that sort of thing coming with 3.10. There's a whole new lot of weapons testing that needs to be done, ship testing, all sorts of balance tests that need to be done and proven categorically to be false to some people, I'm sure, because I don't believe Urkel 24/7. Urkel's great, fantastic tool, but there are so many different things that are important when it comes to this game. So expect that with the release of 3.10, as well as a comprehensive review of what 3.10 actually has to offer. So if you do want to get involved, just come along to Twitch, join the Discord, and thank you very much. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys next time.